Wagwan, Bomb Bam Connect. Welcome back to another one, Chronic's Hot Box Hot News. And this one is a weekly wrap up. You lot's been asking me what's going on. I ain't gonna lie, this week has been a week. It was my son's birthday yesterday. Big him up. He bought me this for my birthday from Spain. But yeah, big him up always, you know what I mean? Fathers, you know what I mean? We're lit. And let me just show you something. This made me smile today, yeah. Am I even sharing this tab? No, I'm not. So what I'm about to show you didn't even make no sense. So boom, let me quickly show you this before we get into this weekly mashup. Yes, start flipping recording it. Yeah, weekly. I saw this today. It made me smile. I had to save it. Yeah, 8 at the table. Yeah. From 8 at the Tables page on Instagram said black fathers are more actively involved in their kids' life than any other group. And it says the narrative that black fathers are absent doesn't hold up against the data. Studies going back 2 decades, so that's the last 20 years, from the fragile families and child well-being studies to the CDC research that the black fathers, whether they live with their children or not, are often more actively involved in the daily care, play and co-parenting than fathers of other racial groups. Research even found higher levels of infant caregiving and physical play among African fathers compared to others. The truths involve looking different, but there is, and it challenges stereotypes for follow for more. I'm definitely going to give these guys a follow because I'm just interested. Yeah, I had to save that into my thing anyway. But me, I agree. Anyone that knows me know that, yeah, I'm with my kids. My daughter's downstairs right now. She slept over night. My son was with my son yesterday. I'm always with my kids. You feel me? Despite not being with their mums. Yeah. So let's get into this one anyway. Weekly mashup. Yo. And big up their mums all the time anyway. Ricky Hatton. What happened? Okay, we're still with it. Oh, it went out to the screen. Ricky Hatton, rest in peace, Ricky Hatton, 46, found dead in his Manchester home. The world champion Ricky Hatton has been found dead at his Greater Manchester home at the age of 46. Police confirmed that his body was discovered at the Bow-Lac-Ekar Road address in G Cross Hyde, and the death is not being treated as suspicious. The news comes just months after the boxing legend announced a comeback fight schedule for December. So that's actually sad to see, man. Like, jolting, and I was actually looking forward to his fight in December. That's why it's so mad. You see what people are saying in the comments. No way, everyone is dropping like flies this year. Wait, what? Ricky Hatton was amazing. I mean, how did he die? Just turn up dead in the house. Well, rest in peace. Natty speaks, that's sad. He has a lot going on. I think most fighters do. Lots love to his friends, family, and boxing community. Yeah, man. Ricky Hatton was a legend. Was a legend, should we say? Because he passed away, man. So, respect, condolences to the families, to the Hattons, and this is a major blow for the boxing community. But also, remember Ricky Hatton and celebrate the works that he's put in, because he's fisted up a few guys. Yeah. So moving on. As you can see, I love calisthenics. Yeah, this is all my personal stuff. I just love calisthenics and working out. I do a lot of calisthenics. Young Philly reunites with his family in the UK. So young Philly has been granted bail, I believe, and he's back in the UK. But he's been granted bail, so he still has to come back to Australia. But at least he's allowed back in the UK. And he's been back with his family, so this is a good thing. You get what I mean? Because a lot of people was writing him off, and I'm big on, if a man ain't been found guilty, you can't write man off yet, man. And the fact that he's getting bail, if you don't understand Australia don't play that. Australians, like, what's Australia Border Force? Australia does not play that. If you're bagged and they know that you're not getting bail back to the UK. So I actually believe it looks good for him still. And it's a nice, sweet picture of him reuniting back with his family. Yo, let's go through the comments. Young Spray, alhamdulillah. Blacker, yo, therefore a lesson to be had. If he's innocent, imagine how he feels. Guaranteed. But this is why the man is still putting if, because obviously no one knows, but we have to treat people as innocent before proven guilty. I still can't believe it's legal to tell the public what someone is accused of. I agree. I've said this with the Mike Ward stuff of before they've been found guilty in a court of law. Everyone's there's no smoke without fire. Actually, absolutely there can be. And if this was you or someone you love, I promise you will not be backing the guilty by public opinion narrative. I agree. 2033 like Stacks, whatever your name is, you got sense, man. You got sense. If your bro was in a situation, would you be there for him too? Let's not act obtuse because of social media. Exactly. Like, what you expect his sisters and that, bro? Like, what do you expect? Like, career masher over lack of sexual restraint. But how do you know the Chloe? Glad to see his family leans on him. And it is a lesson. Obviously, it might be lack of sexual restraint, but it doesn't mean that because a man wants to trouble, like, oh my God, the grinder's been in this video all this time. Just because a man wants to, like, be more sexually promiscuous, it doesn't mean that man should be labelled as a rapist, man, or sexually assaulted. You know what I mean? It's not nice. You get what I mean? So yeah, young Philly's back in the UK. That's something good. If he was guilty, you get it. So this one here, I've been following this. I didn't really speak on the first time because you see why I didn't really speak on it, because it's a man, it's an Ake mother of his child, and sometimes, you know, like, I'm so touchy with like touching on certain circumstances, but this one I feel like it was the right move. It's a good move, and yeah, it's the right move because she was doing too much. And no disrespect to Crep, no disrespect to Sasha, no disrespect to Nala. You get what I mean? But she was actually, like, her views was like, everyone can have their views, but sometimes just make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. But cool. And not to say like the shade bar is my use of source of research, but I saved this one in my thing, so I said, yeah, let me use this picture. Okay, he had all three of them, you know what I mean? And Nala's got the black power thing. Be a smile. You know what I mean? And it's not surprised, like, more time when I always see the picture, like, I'm not saying nothing like whatnot, like, but I always see Nala with Crep and like Sasha's on the side, like, kids don't lie, man. They gravitate to you, man. Trust me. Like, I know for myself being a father. Sasha Ellis, co-founder of Nala Baby and ex-girlfriend of Crep, has resigned / been terminated as director of the multi-million-pound children's skin and hair care brand, Nala. As the 12th of September, Sasha is no longer affiliated with the company, leaving Crep as the sole executive CEO. This comes after recent social media activity and controversial post that has sparked conversation online recently. And I agree, like, if I go to my daughter's thing there, she has a Nala. That's all my daughter uses. So, like, don't mash up the brand, them. You get it? Yeah? Spray again. Alhamdulillah. Let's go through the comments. No more brand damaging. Onwards and upwards for Nala's Baby, inshallah. Inshallah. Like that one there. About time. I actually know this person. We like that one there. Bouncer will be doing a breakdown now. I actually believe he has done a breakdown, you know. I haven't watched his content for a day and a two. My son's birthday was just, I didn't bring out no content yesterday or the day before. Crip really said, you ain't hurting my business or my child's future. Alhamdulillah. Like, that's what was the dad meant to do? The dad's meant to serve and protect. Alhamdulillah, next full custody, she makes a new one. She'll be alright. Bro, you know what I mean? Like, trust me. Full custody is sometimes, like, see where it is, people believe that full custody, or when one person has full custody, is a bad thing. Like, the other parent can't see the child. You can still see your child. You know what I mean? But sometimes having, like, one parent having more custody of a child just to give that child that right stability is also good also. Because views, mindset is important. It's important. It's important. You get it. Yeah, this one I had to. Yeah, this one was just mad. Yeah, so a doctor allegedly left patients under anesthetic. Yeah, listen to how crazy this is. A doctor left patients under anesthetics mid-surgery. Yeah, he was like, "This
we do not care."
He didn't. And he was like, mid-surgery to have sex with a nurse. Like medical tribal heard, yeah, that Dr. Sulul Anjan, 44, was reported found in a compromising position with the nurse by a shocking colleague at Thames Side Hospital, Greater Manchester, in September 2023. The married father of 3 did not dispute the evidence against him, but he got caught in a compromising position. It presented in Greater Manchester Medical Council. During the hearing, Manchester said that his behaviour has been shameful. Shame! The incident surfaced during the fitness practice hearing at Dr. Akin's seat to return to work in the UK from Pakistan. The tribunal assessing whether the conduct and effect his fitness to his practices. Hold on. Hold on, baby. What's up? I'm recording. You can't come in. I don't want them to see your pretty face. Okay? Give me a kiss. Don't cry. Give me a kiss. Go finish playing with your dollhouse. I'll come downstairs in a second, okay? Say hello to everyone. Say hey yo. Okay. Coming back. Sorry guys, that was my princess. As I said, daddy's working as I'm looking after my little daughter. But yeah. So doctor, yeah, that's crazy. He yeah, that was crazy. That's crazy still. And I saved this, but I can't find it now. Yeah, I can't find it. But I was gonna go into the Charlie Kirk, but I think I'm gonna make a whole video on that one. Yeah, but yeah. So rest in peace, Ricky Hatton. Sasha, you did it to yourself. Young Philly, you're back. Hopefully you can rebuild. And I forgot who the last person was. Oh, the doctor. Yeah, you moving mad under anesthetics. Where's his name called again? What's his name called again? Say. You're just seeing bad like stuff that I go through. I like, and that's really. Dr. Sujul Anjum. Yeah. Sulhail Anjum. Yeah, you went mad. Yeah, and I think just to end it on this week, because I proper fuck with, you saw my video with Ginger J, Mugs, whatnot. Just end it with Mugs, because Mugs just
women and people that I work with, from Esther to Hema to me to Koi to Gina. So there's so much going on. I shouldn't have to explain why it's important. But if it don't fall into your wheelhouse, it's literally because you don't care. You don't understand. Do you understand the reason for the outrage?
No. I'm not saying what he said wasn't bad at all. Of course, it was bad.
And neither am I.
I'm saying that you don't really understand the reason for the outrage, because you're saying stuff like, oh, I get it. It's like, oh, you can't have a preference, or don't talk about black women's hair and it's kind of like trivializing like actually like what happens. I don't know whether you don't really do understand it or not. So for someone like me watching it, yeah, for me being his employer, yeah, and someone that's associated with him, yeah, I'm looking at that and it's totally different things that I'm looking at. It's not based on just because he's got a preference or because he mentioned black women's hair. There's lots of stuff that you need to unpack in that video. There's lots of questions that he made. I left with more questions than answers. You know what I'm saying? He said his preference. He said, this is why I don't like black girls. He said, why? Then he said, because you can't put you in your place. You think you're man, I can't put you in your place. So then now that makes me start saying, well, so you enjoy putting women in their place. So what's going on? What are you doing in your spare spare time. Also, you only like gal that you can bad up. You don't want these black gal because you can't bad them up. That is crazy to even say out your mouth.
Yes.
So again, so I'm looking at that. I'm saying that's mad to me. Yeah.
You know what it
One
is?
second, let me keep going. 1 second, wait.
Opportunity to talk.
Yeah, so I'm saying this is wild. Again, it comes to protecting women. It's not about black women, it's any women. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you're more only comfortable where you can bad them up. This is dangerous territory we're going in. Again, I don't want to be associated with that. You know what I'm trying to say? Fine. Then the woman triggered you, the girl triggered you, and then you leant into it. Yeah. So at the point when you was angry, where you stood up, you're showing aggression. The woman triggered you, the girl triggered you, and then you leant into it. Yeah. So at the point when you was angry, where you stood up, you're showing aggression.
Let's just end it there. But boom though, big up Margs. Yeah. Big up everyone that spoke today. This is another Hotbox Hot Weekly mashup. Hopefully it's quick. Hopefully it's connected. Boom, bam, connect. And guys, wait, hold on. I didn't tell you to like, comment, and subscribe. Do I have to tell you? Do I have to tell you to do the thing that you're meant to be doing? Eh? Do the thing. Come on, like, comment, and subscribe. Whoosh.